Everybody on mute first.
Yeah, me
I'm gonna push to talk on fast.
Jay, shut up.
Except Nye, his voice is soothing.
The fuck?
Okay, alright, so, why do you think weakened Shao Kahn, we already established what weakened Shao Kahn defines as, why do you think he beats Deadly Alliance Shang?
Yeah, in terms of, you want to start with like terms of strength or hacks?
Either one, I just want you to give me
In
the most...
terms of strength, weakened Shao Kahn was strong enough to amp. He just with a little bit of his power was able to amp Kano to the place where he could body. This took place in the comic.
Where Kano could body who?
Raiden.
Okay, please present
This
to
took
me
place.
scans of...
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Alright, scans are being posted in the debate chat, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting the Kano stuff real quick. This was from the comics, which I had to read real quick, and from what I've seen and what's said, the comics are canon. They're just like what happens in between the games and stuff.
Okay.
And the statement says that like this whole time, like Shao Kahn was like really weakened, and he didn't use his full power in the like through Mortal Kombat 2 and in 3. That's just one. Hold on.
Okay.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga.
Okay. Could I get further context? So, Shao Kahn gave Kano power, and he amplified it, and due to that, he was able to defeat Raiden.
Yeah, he basically.
Okay. You are cutting out for me. So, is that just me or is that him?
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's cutting out.
He won't.
Thank you. Dio, I prefer if he switched to Verizon.
Because
I prefer if he switched to Verizon, not fucking Spectrum or T-Mobile. So.
I'm on the hotel Wi-Fi with my computer. Fuck off, nigga.
Okay, so I'll just repeat the question. So, this Shao Kahn amplified Kano's power. Okay, could you please show that to me?
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
And then could you show me the context, as in like, this Shao Kahn is after the defeat in Mortal Kombat 2?
It was. I want to say it was right before, or
it was before Mortal Kombat 2.
No, it wasn't before Mortal Kombat 2 because the comics take place like during it.
Okay, so
it was
okay, and that Shao Kahn is not weakened.
Yes, it is. He stated to be weakened.
Okay, the Shao Kahn during MK2 is not weakened. Could you show that to me?
He is. Yeah,
could you show that to me? Please show it to me. Good.
Fucking.
Alright, fucking faggot.
Fucking.
Fucking Shao Kahn tard.
Oh my god, he's Deadly Alliance Shang fag.
Nearby.
The art is like really weird.
Mortal Kombat.
This was after Liu Kang beat him the first time within Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay, again, could you please show that to me? Cause this Shao Kahn is after the defeat of yeah, and like he had, right? From Liu Kang? Okay.
And then the second.
Where's that? Could you show me like a statement that shows that this is after that?
It should say it in whatchamacallit.
In the second scan?
Yeah, in the second one I sent. Let me read it.
Also, it stated that he weakens the Thunder God.
Kano has done enough. He's weakened the Thunder God enough so that Shao Kahn. That is very slow.
So he didn't beat him. He's weakening his soul, or weakening soul. He's weakening Raiden. That was his whole
Let me post this plan because he did.
Okay. You understand too, this is old timeline, I'm not saying you don't know, I'm just trying to clarify for you. You understand this old timeline,
Yeah,
yes?
this is the old timeline.
I'm not saying that your scans are from the future timeline, hell no. No, I'm just bringing that up. Okay, what does the scan show?
Did it post? Oh, yeah.
Here,
That was the fight between Kano and Raiden.
you are supply.
I put them in the wrong order because the third one is like after the third one's before the first one, and then the second one is after the first one actually. Then there's more.
Oh, sorry, Surfbone. Tell me when I'm breathing into my mic, I can't tell. I'm trying to put it far away. Okay, so what are you looking for?
I was rereading a statement because I know it was like
Okay, because I just need the scan that states this is after the defeat. Okay. As well as that I have scans of Shang Tsung absorbing Liu Kang's power.
the Shao Kahn like the comic was like fucked up everybody. It was terrible.
Seems contradictive, if you ask me. A
What do you
weakened Shao Kahn is able to amp a fodder Kaner, right? To the level of Raiden, which is relative to normal Shao Kahn. Seems kind of contradictive, if you ask me.
Why is Raiden relative to normal Shao Kahn?
Okay, he scales to people that have beaten him,
Like who?
like Liu Kang.
How does he scale to Liu Kang? Did they fight or something?
He's literally, oh my fucking god. Okay, let me read this. This is the scan that I was asking for.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
If I didn't,
It's just
if I-
father.
Yeah, split is weak, but I can't tell you how it went.
This start as an exercise. Okay, again, he's just weakening Raiden. So okay, so could you I'm not gonna ask you. You're doing it. It's whatever. Yeah, I can hear you fucking clicking.
Yeah, because I found like a bunch of different stuff last night, but I put them in the wrong order.
Give me a moment. I need to check something real quick. Tell me when you post shit, because I'm looking at something at the moment. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. All right, there it is. Wait, hold on, let me read this again. Yeah. Oh wait, I already sent this game where he said he was already weakened and that his strength had to return. It was when he was talking to Melina. I can't really do a good Shao Kahn voice. Melina.
I don't need you. Okay. For which one?
The
Both
panel
of them,
on the
probably.
right
Okay.
where the bitch look confused and shit.
Okay.
And then
So this
Yeah.
Shao Kahn, right? Is so you scale Liu Kang above Shao Kahn? Yes.
he beat him in a fair fight. Yeah.
Okay, so you scale Liu Kang above Shao Kahn. Okay. Do you think it's in character for Shao Kahn to use his soul hacks or age hacks?
Age hacks. I mean, I remember the soul hacks, but I don't remember about the
Age
hacks.
hacks. You remember when he like, yeah, even in MK9. I'm just giving you an example. So,
Oh,
when he like,
that.
yeah, it isn't in, it
he
isn't in
hasn't.
character. It isn't
His
in
soul,
character for him.
his soul stuff he did use in character, if I remember correctly.
He doesn't
And
use it consistently. Alright, when he does use it, he's using it on things such as transferring his like souls to other bodies, or he's doing it to
he
ending life.
changes forms, and if in Mortal Kombat 3 when he launched the entire Soulnado into Earthrealm.
Yeah. So it isn't like a thing he'll do in a fight. It isn't like for example, like a Kamehameha or some type of shit like that. It isn't as frequent as something similar. So
Yeah, not really.
okay, I was just going to make that point just before you made it. So I remember you were telling me about his hacks. Okay, so is that it? Do you have other arguments to present to me?
Oh yeah, Shao Kahn could either basically he doesn't really need to use his soul powers. He could mind hack some.
Okay.
Yep, you want
Could you show me
He used it on Katana, and it's implied he had used it on Sindel before when they revived her.
it doesn't seem like he's using it in a battlefield.
He used it. He used it right when Katana was about to fight her.
When Katana was about to fight who?
Fight him. Basically, she found out what happened to Denia, and then she wanted to defect from his side.
He isn't consistently using his mind manipulation. This is SBA's.
He doesn't have to though.
Okay, you're bringing it up. Okay, right. We understand. He has mind hacks. He has soul hacks. He has age hacks. Okay, right. But they're not in character for him to use. That he doesn't
This
need
is
them.
literally
Okay.
him in character using it in a fight though.
Okay, you're all right, but you're not understanding. That's not consistent for his character.
What do you mean?
Okay, because all right, so you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. You think I'm saying that okay, it's out of character or it's something like Shao Kahn would never do. Shao Kahn does not use this ability on battlefield consistently. I'm saying that I'm not denying that he has mind hacks, soul hacks, or age hacks. I'm saying that it isn't something he pulls out. For example, again, like a Kamehameha in like a battlefield.
He just pulled it out in the battlefield.
Okay, yeah, I understand. You keep bringing that up.
Consistency wouldn't really matter in this because he's using it in a battlefield. In all his other times,
we understand. Hold on, we understand that, right? But again, this is an SBA, which would assume, contradicted or like specified, we would assume intention to kill and in character, right? So because of this, if it's in character and we've seen him use it, and he doesn't consistently use the mind hacks, then it isn't going to be something he pulls out again, similar to a Kamehameha. I'm not saying that he won't use. Hold on. I'm not saying that he won't use it. I'm saying that he won't use it off the start of the battle. I'm also saying that he wouldn't consistently use it at all. You've only shown me an instance where he's using it on the battlefield, and I can name to you several other instances where he's just fought. So you have to show me. Consistency doesn't matter, Dio.
You just cut out.
You have to show me consistency. You can't say consistency does not matter.
Consistency wouldn't really matter in this case.
Okay, hold on.
No, if he's shown to do it on the battlefield in a fighting scenario, that means he would use it. And
okay,
this is actually the beginning of a battle,
and you're still misinterpreting what I'm saying. Again, he can use it, right? He can use it that time, but I can bring up many other instances where he does not use mind hacks. I know he has it, right? We understand he has it. We understand he did it at the start of a battle, right? But I'm saying it's not consistent for him to do so or to use said hacks. And if it's not consistent in his character for him to use said mind hacks, then he isn't going to use it.
Oh my!
Okay, all right. Dio, what's the problem with what I'm saying? Please elaborate.
It seems like you're trying to say it's out of character. That's exactly what you're elaborating.
Okay,
on, too.
I'm saying that he does not consistently use the marks. That's what I'm saying. So again, I'll give you this analogy. I'm telling you, it's completely analogous. I don't get what you're like trying to argue. So you know Goku in the Saiyan Saga, right? You know Dragon Ball, right? Okay, so he's gonna spam Kaioken. And
Has
I mean
he
at the
done it before?
Okay, and there you go. You're pulling out consistency. You're doing my job for me.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you brought up whether or not he's used it before or done that before. You literally are indirectly asking for consistency. You are literally doing my for me, Dio.
What are you?
Okay, alright. You made this point, or mind me, I made this point. You tried to disagree. Give me a moment. My phone might die. It's 1%. Right? And you tried to disagree. Okay, tried to disagree, and you tried to make a point. Well, it doesn't matter. Consistency does not matter. And I just presented to you that it does not matter what you're saying, and consistency does matter. And then you presented to me, or I gave you an analogy, and you literally did my job for me and indirectly asked for consistency. So
No,
by literal definition, yeah. What do you mean no?
No,
You just
I
asked
didn't.
me
I asked if he did it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're asking whether or not he's done that.
No, I didn't ask if he consistently done it. I just asked if he's done it before.
Okay, could you please tell me what?
No, asking.
Could you please tell me? Could you please tell me what direct? Hold on.
If he did it consistently, and asking if he's done it before are two different things.
Tell me what direct and indirect terms are, because you can indirectly say something, right?
I clearly said, has he done it before? I didn't say has he done it.
Yeah.
I said has he done it before.
And in the context of my question, which was.
And that wouldn't fall under
Hold on.
if I'm
Okay,
asking
you can
for
keep fucking
consistency.
interrupting me. That isn't a debate. That's just you interrupting a rhetoric. Either way. So again, okay, in the yeah, you literally. In the context of the question, I'm telling you, I'm asking you, okay, does Goku spam Kaioken? And then you ask, has he done it before? So
yeah, has he done it before?
Has he consistently used Kaioken?
No, I asked, has he done it before? I'm asking for that specific.
Yeah, and in the
I'm asking specifically, has he spammed it before?
Okay,
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, that's the point. Oh my fucking god, Dio.
That's not asking for
oh my god. Okay,
I'm just asking if he done it before.
Hold on, Dio. If you want to be informal, that's completely fine. I'm not just going to go on ad nauseum, because it goes both ways, either way. So if you want to keep interrupting and do this informality, I'm completely fine with that. We can just move on. Because you haven't really countered. You literally just admitted, okay, in the context of the question,
no, I was answering.
Haven't. Maybe I'm finishing. Maybe I'm fucking finishing. Maybe I'm literally finishing my point, Dio. Like, you won't let me finish. You're not gonna get anywhere with that. But you literally admitted, in the context of the question, right? I said, or I asked, okay, does he consistently use, or not consistently, does he spam this move? And then you ask, indirectly for context, by saying, does he spam it? Or does he do it? And what I didn't ask you.
That's not what I asked.
That you literally. Okay, I'm not.
I literally asked, has he done it before?
I'm not gonna go on ad nauseum. Okay, yeah. And in the context of the question, I was asking, does he spam it?
In the context of me asking, has he done it before, would mean has he spammed it before?
Okay, yeah. That's my entire premise.
I didn't ask if he did it on like more than one occasion. I asked if he has done it before.
Retard. Okay, well,
no, there's two different things.
We're moving on.
There's two different things if you're asking if it happened before or if it has happened consistently. Ask if it happened before.
I'm not going to go on ad nauseum. We can just move on. What's your other point?
Is that what?
What's your other point? I'm not going to go on ad nauseum.
Okay. And then, or he could just be BFR.
Okay, he could BFR. Alright, so could you give me an instance where he's BFR'd?
He BFR'd everybody else to their separate realms. And,
in which instance?
And when the second official tournament was agreed upon.
Okay, present that to me. Okay.
That's
from. Okay. This is at the end of the tournament?
No, this is like the start.
Okay, has he ever been shown to use it in a battlefield?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay, so then he won't use it in a battlefield consistently. Okay, what's your next point?
He can manipulate. And since this is technically Deadly Alliance, Shang Tsung, he could just take his powers away from him.
What do you mean?
Okay, so in the Mortal Kombat comic, which would fall under the Deadly Alliance timeline, which is the old timeline, Shang Tsung had to get a whole new form, and Shao Kahn had gave it to him, and it was already demonstrated that he could take powers away from Kano. He could just take his form away and leave him like dead,
Okay.
like his old
So-
man.
Alright, has he done this to a person consistently?
He's
Or
done
has
it
he
to
done-
Shang- He's
he-
done
he
it to
did-
Shang Tsung twice.
So he's taken Shang's power?
He's given him it and then taken it away twice.
Okay, so could you present to me? Or is that the scan?
That's like first. That's from Mortal Kombat 2. And then let me go back to where it was. Where the fuck is that at?
Oh, I just realized that's nice. Tay left. Isn't he a judge?
No, he said if he wanted to judge, he would.
No,
Okay.
it's Jaja, Naya, and Surfbone.
Okay. I can't read that scan. Also, that's just an example of age manipulation, by the way. I can show you further more context. In the context of it, it's also referring to age manipulation because of this scan. This is giving further more context of what they refer to. Okay. After losing control of the Shaolin tournament, Shang Tsung promises his ruler Shao Kahn to shape events that will lure the Earth Warriors to compete in his contest. Convinced of this plan, Shao Kahn restores Tsung's youth and allows him to live. So in the context of your scan, right, I'm presenting to you that that would just be age manipulation. Or is this a whole other thing?
Sorry, what? I just had to do something.
Okay, this whole quote you just gave me is the scans.
Basically, it's from the tie-in novels to everything. That is where in it more one his where he gives Shang Tsung his other form. I'll have to link the.
You
novel.
mean he's okay? Hold on. You plan to give me the verbatim quote? It'd just be better that way. What's the verbatim quote that states he's giving him? Just say it verbatim.
Shang a bowl and yeah, okay. His body formed the one in the death that left his body formed another. Our realm, life and death must be joined so that all dualities
Okay.
make end.
Okay.
Basically, he's like giving him a form so he could, go back and fight.
His body.
Where the
Okay, yeah. Again, that's my point.
do you want
That's-
me to link the?
I-
novel?
Sure, go ahead. But I already. I'm not gonna repeat what I said, but I already stated my counter, and I stated what the scan I sent meant. So
I didn't hear you because I had to go do something real quick.
okay, so I'm telling you in the context of that, he's referring to age manipulation.
Why would that be age manipulation?
In the literal scan, it's showing that he's old and then he's young.
It literally says he's fixing his form to reach through the dimensional barrier.
Okay, I'm just okay, right? And in the context, right, and in which the scan you just to me before that quote, right, you showed to me that he's old and then he becomes young, or either way, what kind of order? Okay, so either way, that's still age manipulation.
It's not age manipulation.
That's
He's
literally
manipulating
is.
his form. He's manipulating his form.
He's manipulating his age.
No, he's not manipulating his age. He's manipulating his form.
Okay, why?
It literally says he's changing his form completely.
Okay, right. He's changing his age. Okay, you know what? Just send me.
What is that?
Okay, wait. Is there like
it's not
a?
even implying age. It's
Hold on,
changing his form.
Dio. Okay, it's literally blatantly shown that it's shown that he's changing his age, but Is there like
Hey,
just
yeah.
show me the novel. Show me the novel. That'd be better.
Yeah, sure. Where the fuck is the link at? Where the fuck? Oh, where is that different picture?
Okay. Okay. In which part of this novel is that stated? The shit you sent me.
Damn, I forgot. It's long as fuck. I forgot where.
Yeah, I have a
I
novel as well of
can't
this.
really remember, but I don't know. Cause I read it like a few months ago, and I remember pulling like a bunch of stuff from it.
I
I
did
don't
too.
re-
I had another version of it.
Yeah, I don't remember the pages. I had to make sure I had the one that's heist in the games and not the
Would have been better if you just like screenshot it or something. It's easier to keep track of. Okay. Yeah, just tell me when you find the quote. While you're doing that, let me organize
what?
this. While you're getting your scan, just I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna look for something. Okay, so please just tell me when you're done.
Oh. Uh, where the fuck is this?
Let me mute.
Oh, okay. I found it. Chapter 5. Yeah, chapter 5.
Fuck. Okay, chapter 5. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What part of chapter 5?
I want to say like close to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, close to the end.
Fuck, I was at chapter fucking 9.
It's right before he says, "Yes, Lord."
Interesting.
God damn it! He says it like 5 times.
I'm reading over context. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for it. Where the fuck is the scan or the quote? Okay. Okay, what are you waiting for? Or are you just waiting for me to find the quote?
Just waiting for you to find it.
Okay. Just to speed it up, just tell me furthermore points while I'm reading.
That's pretty much it. It's either with my hacks and BFR I'm in, or if it really came down to it, you could just activate a soul native.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. I think I had something for that. For how big it was. In Mortal Kombat 3, and I think it wiped away like all of Earth, except for like the important people.
Interesting. Okay. I did not find it.
Where did you look in chapter 5?
Yeah, I'm in chapter 5. I don't see it. Never mind. Found it. Okay, interesting. Let me just screenshot what I was reading as well. Okay, so what is the scan that you just posted? The Sol NATO?
Yeah, how big it was.
Alright. So the Sol NATO is usually used when he's invading Earthrealm. This is a battle. This is not him invading Earthrealm. So this would be neutral battlegrounds, not him invading Earthrealm. Also, I'm just going to show this as well to support my point. So this has nothing to do with like the whole like age thing. I'll get to that in a second. I'm just showing you that literally Raiden's voice is able to like fucking have Liu Kang and Sonya flinch and shit. Basically, he was also telling him about the opponents and foes he's going to face, how he get fucked. So I'd like to also move to the Shang Tsung point. You brought up like his whole changing form and changing power, right? I'm not gonna like go on ad nauseum. I think that I've addressed it well enough, but I'll just say it once more because felt like we got caught up reading, and then we can move on to other points. You find that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, I presented to you like so for your scan before I sent mine. You showed me literally him changing older. I'm not sure which one first, but you showed me Shang Tsung, either A from old to young or young to old. Either way, that's blatant age manipulation, right? And then I showed you furthermore context as to Shang Tsung literally having his age manipulated by Shao Kahn. That's an ability by like for Shao Kahn. And when they refer to form, you'd have to prove that they were referring to actual like form and actual full body, because it's referring to his.
You literally see him as a skeleton.
Okay, we understand. He's aging. That's the whole point. Age manipulation.
No, if it was age manipulation, you wouldn't see him as a fucking skeleton.
Okay.
Just see him.
All right. If he's to the point where he's aging, to the point where he's just a skeleton, it's blatant age manipulation.
If it was aging him back to the point where he was young, it wouldn't show a skeleton at all.
Okay, yeah. So then it's just young to old.
Then why would it show his skeleton? No,
because
in the panel you see, he's blasting like older, and then he's changing him back into young. But he's completely
okay, right. Okay, you know what? Okay, right. So you see the blue panel, right? That's Shang Tsung right now, and then he's changing his age, right? And then he's young.
His age.
He's literally changing his age.
He's changing his complete form. You literally see his skeleton being changed as well.
The whole context of it is age manipulation. Okay. Either way.
It's not age manipulation.
Okay, it is age manipulation. It's blatantly stated.
If it was age manipulation, you wouldn't see his
He's
skeleton.
literally
I
giving
don't know.
Shang Tsung. He's literally giving Shang
He's
Tsung
giving
his
Shang.
youth.
No, what? Just say it. Just say it.
Me? I already said it. He's giving Shang Tsung his youth.
No, he's not.
Yes, it's blatantly
He's
stated.
literally changing his whole form. You wouldn't see a skeleton if he was
he's
just
making
making him younger.
Okay, either way, it's still him changing his age, giving him back
He
to
wasn't
his.
changing his age. He's changing his form
Yes, he
completely.
is. Okay,
Oh my! He's
the whole
changing his form completely.
Okay, again,
He's literally
this
showing
is
that.
blatant. Okay, you can keep saying that. I'm just showing you context to it. So either way, I've argued this enough. We'll move on to the quote, and then I'm going to move on furthermore. So that whole quote you brought up about it's changing his form is in correlation to that scan, and then I just told you the context of that and to the scan for the bio for Shang Tsung. So let's move on. So AP wise or speed wise, either one. Why do you think Shang Tsung overpowers or Shao Kahn overpowers Shang Tsung in that category? Because most of the hacks you brought up weren't even consistent. So.
Oh my fuck. And what? In what category?
AP speed.
His literal strength can scale to above Raiden.
Okay, were you arguing Raiden scales below Liu?
Yeah, it is possible that they're relative. There's nothing that would imply that Liu Kang would be stronger or weaker.
Okay, so is that it? What do you have for
That's
speed?
basically it.
What do you have for speed?
He does in terms of speed. He at best he has like a feat of keeping up with like Liu Kang, and that's it.
Could you quantify how fast Liu Kang was in that scan?
He doesn't. He doesn't really scale to anybody in speed.
Okay,
Like,
so you can't.
Nobody but Raiden has any like good speed feats in the whole timeline.
Okay, I mean, there are people who scale to Raiden. So, do you have anything else? Okay, yeah. Do you have anything else? Do you have okay? So you can't quantify Shao Kahn's speed.
Not really. I can only say he's like relative to Liu Kang.
Okay, so we established his AP. We'll just say it's relative to Raiden, who's relative to Liu Kang. We'll agree to that for now. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll just. So you agree? Okay? So unironically, some people believe this type of shit. So you agree the intros are canon, right? As in like the Deadly Alliance intro.
It depends if it's like was it shown in Conquest?
I'm referring to the Deadly Alliance intros and when they kill Liu Kang. You believe that's canon as well, right?
That it tied directly into the story, yes.
Okay, good. So then here's this. Shang Tsung absorbing Liu Kang's soul. And it's stated that absorbing his soul multiplies your power. So he multiplied his.
Show that?
Yep.
Where Lena absorbed his soul, multiplying her strength, she then. What? Who's Lena?
It was
And where's
Melina.
this from?
Hold on.
And where's this
Let me
from?
get the context. Let me get the context. Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just see. What do you believe of arcade endings? What do you believe of arcade endings?
Some of them could be tied into the story. Most of them.
Okay, do you think the lore? Okay, I'm not asserting the outcome, right? The outcome we know is right. For example, like fucking Alien defeating Shinnok or some shit in like MKX, right? So, but what do you think of applying lore? Like when they apply something like, okay, we know that Baraka has blades, right? Let's say in the Kratos ending, it's shown Baraka has blades. You would correlate that to the story as well, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you believe the lore apply is true, but the ending and like the character defeating whatever is not true?
There's nothing to specifically say like an entire ending is true.
Okay. Well, so I'm still asking a question. I just want to know your notion. So, do you think when they assert something like cosmology, or they assert like something about the biology of a character or an ability or something, you believe that is something, right? That is something to know, and that is something canon. But like when they say, okay, something like alien defeats Shinnok, right? Or this non-canon character defeats whatever the final boss is in said game, right? Or in the arcade. Do you believe that is non-canon, right?
What, like everything about the ending? Like if it
I mean the outcome, whatever character defeating whatever character. You believe that's non-canon, right?
depending on who it is, yeah.
Okay, right. Not like a. Okay, so, when somebody says, okay, Reptile is green in the fucking MK arcade ending, right? You believe that is you believe that is true, yes? And you believe that is canon, right? Is he gone, or is it just me?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, mind me.
Somebody
Okay,
walked
so
in my room. Okay, so you asked me.
okay, so the outcome of arcade, right? You believe the ending is non-canon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It depends. It depends.
Yeah,
Because
okay. I don't mean like, for example, if they're like MK9 and then you fight Shao Kahn as Raiden, no, right? I mean like, let's say Alien, right? Alien in Mortal Kombat X. You defeat Shinnok, right? Or a better example, canon character. Let's say Baraka, right? He defeats Shao Kahn, okay? In Mortal Kombat 9. When they say something like, okay, Baraka has blades, you would consider that canon, yes?
canon to the ending, yeah.
You don't, okay, but I'm referring, do you think that him having blades, right, or when they state something like that, that's canon to the story, yes?
The story of the ending, yes.
Okay, I'm referring to the story.
Are you talking about the actual story?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you believe Baraka does not have blades?
If they were somehow different in the ending, no.
Okay, right. If they're just not let up, they're just said, okay, Baraka slash Shao Kahn with his blades or some shit, right? You would believe that is canon, not the feat of him slashing Shao Kahn. I mean him having blades. That's my point. Do you believe that is canon?
Yeah, to the ending.
Okay, I'm not asking to the ending. I'm asking to the story.
That's the only thing I think is canon to the ending.
Okay, so why don't you believe Baraka has blades?
Because wait, what do you mean?
Do you understand what I'm asking you? Okay.
You're asking me if I believe if like something basic that a character has, right, in the ending would be canon to the actual story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on what it is.
Okay, right. That I agree to that. And then the outcome is non-canon. You agree, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right. And it's stated in
actually there's depending on what type of ending is, there's multiple things that would be non-canon.
Depends. If it's if it's like Predator if it's like Predator getting like the amulet, of course not.
Or if it was like Johnny Cage's ending where he went to Chaos Realm and shit like that. Like it only depends on the context of it and like how it works.
Okay. You want alright, yeah, I'll just context. You can tell me whether or not this is non-canon. Also, it's blatantly shown that in the Deadly Alliance intro, or remind me, I don't remember, but it's shown that like after absorbing Liu Kang's power, it's shown that when he blasts his attack at Onaga, and with Quan Chi and Raiden with him, they're all shown to have equal blast. So it would be shown that absorbing a soul would also help you.
Is this a Mortal Kombat 9 ending?
Yes.
I thought this was old timeline, nigga.
Okay, right. I'm still alright. Do you know what the difference between old timeline and new timeline is?
There's multiple differences.
Okay, right. The timeline is different itself. The cosmology does not.
The cosmology is altered. What do you mean?
Okay, it's a different timeline. It isn't like fucking. It isn't like in a sense as in something like fucking Marvel to DC or some shit like that.
But
No.
but it is that kind of situation.
Okay, so
It is Mortal
okay,
Kombat
so all right, then to get further more context, could you please provide to me, like Shang Tsung sorcery or Shao Kahn sorcery? Anybody who really has souls, right? Could you show to me that being different? Because we know for things like for example, like the revenants, right? We know that shit's different, obviously, right? But I'm referring to that. But some things are just the same. So I want you to just present to me that the sorcery of souls is different and power wise and absorption. So
um like what do you mean like how souls get absorbed?
no, what happens when absorbing a soul?
There was nothing. The only thing that was showed in the old timeline is that you get someone's powers when you absorb them. And
Okay.
here, then it really isn't showing anything else besides.
Okay. And I'm showing you that in the new timeline.
Wait, is the
you're
scan
also-
above from her ending?
the scan of Shang Tsung absorbing Liu
Where
Kang.
absorbing a soul multiplies her strength. Is that from the ending?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have no reason to believe that that would be canon to the old timeline.
Okay, right. And I just told you the difference between new timeline and old timeline. Some things stay the same, and you need to present to me that this sorcery, right, and the absorption of souls would be different because in because in this case, Dio, right, obviously, as we stated, right, there are differences and there are similarities, right, and you have to show me that this is a difference in absorption and sorcery. If you don't, I'm going to assume that they're the same.
I would need to see like this happening within the old timeline.
Okay, you presented to me. You presented to me
in terms of soul. In terms of
you presented to me an instance, right, where when somebody absorbs a soul, they get their power. That is literally almost tautology at that. What do you mean?
Wait,
that is like at the point of tautology. What do you So could you please just present me that it's different? Because via circumstantial evidence.
By like what I mean like their power, like their ability stuff, not like their actual like power.
Okay.
Like it's only shown with Shang Tsung and like Shinnok that they can change into like different people or take their specific.
That's mimicry. That isn't soul manipulation.
In terms of Shang Tsung, he literally takes part of your soul and changes.
I'm referring. Okay, right. So when he's absorbing your soul, right, it is multiplying your power, and right, and you're trying to hold on.
Not in the old time.
Okay, right, and you're trying to differentiate it, right? It's still not a differentiation. That can just be another thing added to it. Either way, it would still be near tautology. It would still be near tautology.
No, there's no evidence of it being able to do this within the old timeline. It's only being shown evident in the new timeline.
Okay, right, and I've already presented to you circumstantial evidence.
There's also nothing to imply this as well. It's only shown just to shapeshift and stuff. That's it.
Okay, all right, and you keep presenting. Again, I'm just showing you. Not only I presented to you an old timeline like instance, and where power did change, I'm also presenting to you your own instance in which it would be circumstantial
evidence. What was the instance where you said power did change?
I was referring to whenever I fought Onaga.
Yeah, what about Onaga? They lost.
Yeah, I know they lost. I'm saying that their blasts were equal.
Why?
Okay. Hold on, I have to go get the scan. But for now, right, you'd need to show me the differentiation, and all you've shown to me is that... okay. Right, you showed to me that it's just different abilities. I understand that, but that's just an addition to it. Okay, right.
No, that wouldn't be an addition.
Okay, when you absorb somebody's soul in the new timeline, it's also shown that you also get the same ability.
No.
Okay, you need to differentiate. You need to differentiate.
In the new timeline, when Sindel got absorbed Shang Tsung's soul, she did not get any of his abilities. She at least just got his strength, and that's it.
Okay, right, and you still have yet to differentiate it from the old timeline. You presented.
I already have.
Okay, hold on. You presented to me. Hold on, Dio. You presented to me a different abilities and different hexes, right? And that is the difference. Instead, it's hexes and power. But again, it's still circumstantial evidence.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You're literally
Alright,
you're trying to imply something from a whole different timeline would imply to the
you
old
don't.
one, which
Okay,
you
hold on.
wouldn't.
Okay,
It's not.
I'm presenting to you. Hold on. Either way, I'm presenting to you something. New timeline and old timeline. They are literally the same, or in some instances. So you need to differentiate it. Yes. What do you mean? So you think there's zero?
I
Think
differentiated.
there's
They
zero?
literally
You,
have two
okay.
different abilities.
Okay, we're going. All right. Yeah, I understand. Right? They get different abilities when they absorb a soul in the old timeline, but it would still be Okay. Wait, you're saying that they get new abilities in the new timeline? Is that what
they get amped in the new timeline. In the old timeline, they just get like their morph and everything. That's it.
Okay, that is
And there
not
would
the
be
case.
nothing to imply that the strength would be different either.
Okay, again, I'm still presenting to you circumstantial evidence. Okay, because you understand that a differentiation, like let's say Kano is white, right, in the old timeline, and then we never see Kano. Let's say that he never existed in the new timeline, never existed. We would assume he is white unless contradicted, because all it is, the new timeline is literally just the old timeline, but because of Raiden's other actions, things have changed because of the butterfly effect. The cosmology and sorcery, you'd have to prove they would change or similar to other instances, right? And what you present
is different. What do you mean?
Okay, I'm giving to you an example either way. You have to show me instances are changed, right? And I'm still presenting to you circumstantial evidence. So I'm not going to go on ad nauseum. Would you like to go to conclusions? I think I've articulated my points well enough. I think it was fun. So, before my phone dies, would you like to go to conclusions? Dio.
Alright, I'm back. Somebody asked for a Wi-Fi password.
Okay. Before my phone dies, would you like to go to conclusions? It was a fun debate. I feel like I articulated my points well enough. Would you like to go?
We're going to conclusions now?
Okay, are you fine with that before my phone dies?
Sure, I guess.
Okay, it was fun, babe. GG. Okay.
It's fun.
Alright, do you want to conclude or should I conclude?
Start.
Okay, so I believe I won this debate because, first, we brought up, consistency, or he brought up taxes, right? And he showed to me, like, an instance I already brought up. Like, he presented to me the scans. Stop fucking beating your keyboard. He presented me scans. Thank you. He presented to me scans of him altering Kano's soul in order for him to amplify his power, in which he could become relative to Raiden. So that would imply he would have the ability to do so, and he'd have said power relative to Raiden, right? And because of that, he tried to argue that since that weakened Shao Kahn would be relative to Raiden, he'd just neg Shang Tsung, right? And he didn't understand my whole instance, and my whole point was that Shang Tsung, when he absorbs his power, or absorbs his soul, his power is multiplied. He didn't get to differentiate it. He brought up an instance of abilities, but he didn't understand it still fell under circumstantial evidence, whether or not it's an ability or not. It was literally near tautology either way. And then he brought up like an example of like abilities such as age manipulation, BFR, mind manipulation, etc. He didn't understand that consistency mattered, because if consistency didn't matter, goddamn it, that's 1%. If consistency didn't matter, then I could just say that this character spams this ability. He also indirectly tried to use consistency. So we dismissed the point of those hexes he brought up. On to AP. He scaled him to relative to people like Raiden. So and then I scaled what's his name, fucking Shang Tsung above Raiden. So it wouldn't mean anything necessarily, because Shang Tsung absorbed Liu Kang's power. His power being multiplied. It's also stated in his own scan that he's altering Kano's soul, and because of that, his power is morphing. So because of that, I think I won. That's my conclusion. GG. Unmute Dio, please. Dio's muted.
Okay, I had to switch from my computer. I tapped it a little too hard, and it went to restart mode. Okay, so basically why I thought I won. I was able to debunk the whole point about basically soul manipulation. His ability in the new timeline, being able to go into the old timeline when there's no evidence of that. I demonstrated why Shao Kahn would have way more win conditions over it, and the whole consistency point was really retarded because all the instances that were shown were all in like battle, and even his mind hacks was even shown to be at the start of a battle, so it wouldn't even really matter. And in terms of AP, I did show how even a small fracture of his power, of Shao Kahn's power, was strong enough to amp Kano to the point where he could basically body and weaken Raiden to the point where he wouldn't even be a factor within the tournament. And there wasn't no decent scaling that he provided of Liu Kang or Shang Tsung actually being able to be above Raiden, because there's nothing to show that Liu Kang would be above Raiden and stuff like that. So yeah, basically in conclusion, I thought I won because of win conditions and my able to debunk his AP point.
Okay,
That's pretty much it.
Okay, judges.
That was cool.
That's
Pretty
fun,
high
GG.
scoring.
It's been requested that I go last, so I'm going to judge last.
Naya twerk right now.
Surfbone, may you go first?
Surfbone.
He
I
left.
literally left right when you said that
What?
as well. Right. Hold on.
Ping him,
Tell him to
call him
bring
little
him.
bitch.
Call him a
Look how-
dyke.
I like how Sunday came as conclusions just ended.
What a retard.
I was at a meeting. My bad.
Were you twerking?
I'm pondering on this one point.
In my opinion, I think Lyrak won.
Shut the fuck up. Sunday, hold on. Jaja.
I was pondering on that one point about the hacks consistency because, like, Dio tried to say it didn't matter, and Jade tried to say it did, but, like, Jade also referenced the standard battle assumptions. And I don't know if it actually says that or not, but Dio never, like, asked for scans or any of the sort. So, in the case for Jade's argument, I said you never asked for him to, like, show the specific part of the standard battle assumption where it referenced that. So, in that, like, point, yeah, he did reference standard battle assumptions when he brought up the consistency.
Yeah, I said that SBAs assume its intention to kill and in character.
Yeah. So like and like that was kind of he said she said, but Jade had the upper hand when he like actually sourced his argument for like why it would be true. So he kind of negged your hacks in a way, not really, kind of did, but he did have the point where Shang Tsung could like multiply his power by absorbing souls because it's deadly line Shang Tsung, so he already absorbed Liu Kang's soul and already had his power multiplied. So he did like have that AP thing. What else? I'm not even sure if he brought up any scaling from Liu Kang or Shang Tsung to like to Shao Kahn at that point, or like even Raiden. I'm not even sure if he did that.
We agreed in the debate.
I'm just gonna like give what I saw. Surfbone's not here, so I'll just go ahead and judge. But both sides basically agreed that nobody in the verse has any impressive speed feats besides Raiden. For some reason, despite both sides agreeing that the Shao Kahn was relative to Raiden in power, you guys also both explicitly agreed that Shao Kahn for some reason doesn't scale to him in speed.
What? I said that?
No, you guys didn't say that Shao Kahn scales to him in speed.
I said that I said that there are people that scale.
No, because you asked him about speed, and you were just like, or what exactly did he say? He was like, yeah,
I said he's relative to Liu Kang.
Yeah, you said he's relative to Liu Kang. He doesn't really have that in any other good speed feats he scales to besides being relative to Liu Kang. And Jade did scale Shang Tsung above Raiden, even in his like old form.
Okay, mind me if I didn't say that. That is my bad. I'm sorry, but I thought I said that.
No, you guys basically, but just like, I don't know. I have no idea why you guys agreed to this. It was so weird to me. But yeah, he did scale even like the old Shang Tsung to being above Raiden being above Raiden. You know, just in general. So it's like really weird that like basically he would just blitz him before any of his like good hacks could come into play. Even if he were to do what he did in character first and just like weaken Shang Tsung to his old form, he still has him above like Shao Kahn in AP and in speed because of just scaling above Raiden. So yeah, I think Jade won.
Yeah, I'm sorry
You
if I
didn't let
didn't
me
say
finish. I was gonna give the win to Jade as well, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry,
That's why I just felt like Surfbone wasn't relevant.
No, I'm sorry that I didn't bring up speed. I thought I did, but guess not.
You guys never went into details about how fast the characters were either. For some reason.
We talked about fucking inaccessible shit in DMs. We should have talked about that in here.
All he said was just like, there's not that many characters in Mortal Kombat that have many good speed feats. And Shao Kahn doesn't scale to anyone besides like Liu Kang. And he was just like, Raiden's the only one in the verse with good speed feats, and you scaled Shang Tsung above Raiden. So it was just really weird.
I thought I said that. I'm sorry. I really fucking thought I said that. I'm disappointed.
What if you can stop the recording now?
Okay.